Staying on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com.
This is Midday Live. We start with our stories now. The Supreme Court has set July 4 to rule on an application filed by businessman Alfred Agbeshi to stay proceedings of an oral examination. The oral examination was scheduled to take place today, June 29. That will either be conducted or otherwise after the ruling is given. Let's go to the Supreme Court shortly to speak to my colleague Godfrey Tonam for some updates. Hello, Tanam. Can you hear me, Tanam?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now, can you brief us on what happened in court today?
Yes, Alfred Agbeshi, the businessman, was supposed to be orally examined today, but the state filed an application to begin. That is, they said that he filed the application to begin an examination, oral examination, which was supposed to be today. But just yesterday, lawyers for businessman Alfred Agbeshi filed an application for a stay of proceedings and on some other orders given by the court on charges on his shares in some companies. Then, according to the lead counsel for Alfred Woyomi, that is Kenanku, some cases are pending in the International Court of Justice, which he is of the view should be heard before any other case is heard locally. And he is also challenging the court on some orders taken by a sole judge, which they have filed for a review, demanding 2 more judges to determine the matter. So according to them, the sole judge taking the decision is unconstitutional, and then they have filed for a review for 3 judges to sit on the case. So Godfrey Dame, who represented the state in court, opposed the application, stating that the application has no basis in the law, and then according to him, Kenanku, who is the Kenanku, has not truly disclosed the nature of the orders given his client to the court. So for him, he believes that there's no way that the application filed by lawyers for Alfred Woyomi should be heard in court because it has no basis and they cannot be held. So the court says, okay, fine, if that's the case, they will return on July 4 to rule on the matter, whether to go on to hear the case, that is the oral examination or not.
Well, thank you very much, Godfrey Tonam, for that update in court, and he'll bring us some more in our subsequent bulletins. We're still staying in court, and the prosecutors handling the case involving the murder of the late MP for Ibuakwa North, Joseph Dankwa-Edu, have told an Accra High Court that they chanced upon fresh evidence. They further told the court presided over by Justice Eritz Nsemo they will prepare a docket on the full investigation and forward it to the Attorney General for advice. The case has been adjourned to July 13. And my colleague, Selom Amenya, sat through the proceedings. He is joining us via Skype to give us some updates on exactly what happened in court this morning. So I will be speaking to Selom Amenya to tell us more on what's happened in court regarding the murder of the late MP, that's Joseph Dankwa-Edu. Hello, Salom, and can you tell us exactly what transpired in court today?
Hello, Wendy. Thank you very much. And when the case was called to the prosecution, the Inspector Simon Apiasono actually held brief for him, and then he told the court that they've chanced upon some new evidence or some new developments, and these developments need to be addressed. So he was praying the court for more time, and he also told the court that when investigations are done, they're going to prepare a docket and send to the AG for advice. So it was a very brief section, Wendy.
Well, thank you so much, Salom. I'm sure you'll bring us some updates in our subsequent bulletins as well. But let's continue with some other stories on Midday Live. And the immediate past members of Parliament's Finance Committee have been cited in the alleged bribery scandal. Now, the National Lottery Authority is reported to have spent 150,000 cedis to facilitate the passage of the National Lottery Act in 2016 in allowances to members of the Select Committee on Finance after it organized a workshop for them on amendments of the new Lottery Act 2722. Now, the decision to receive the money has raised questions about the priority of Parliament receiving money for work on which the MPs already draw salaries from the state. And the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs has mentioned that it must be paid to the financial autonomy of Ghana's parliament, and they were referring to the issue that has come up regarding Parliament's Finance Committee. And Executive Director Dr. Asiedu-Dartey spoke to Stephen Enti on News at 10 last night.
Normally, it's not the parliamentarians who demand it. I think the conditions in Parliament what give rise to this challenge, because the Parliament of Ghana often does not have all the resources that it needs in order to fund every single activity of committees and of the institution. So over the years, we've come to see that there's a practice whereby the parliamentary committees get supported by the various departments and agencies that they are supposed to oversee. In the past, this has raised some questions. This has raised some eyebrows. We need to go back to the issue of paying attention to the independence, that's financial autonomy of Parliament. A number of countries are moving towards a direction where these days they set up an oversight fund, or if you like, some parliamentary fund, which is dedicated specifically to helping parliamentary committees and members fund the activities that they are constitutionally mandated to undertake. A number of parliaments in the advanced democracies of this world, the Parliament of the UK, the Parliament of Canada, they face similar scandals, in recent times. But what made the difference was that they looked at these issues and said, look, we are not going to run away from this. We are not going to say, we are going to shield any member of Parliament. This is a problem on our hands, and we have to stop it. So impunity was given a stop. And I think those parliaments were able to renew themselves, and their integrity was restored.
You're still watching Midday Live. We have more.
I just got an HD combo decoder from StarTimes.
Cool. StarTimes HD combo decoder.
StarTimes is giving away free decoders to all new subscribers. Simply prepay 2-month Super Bouquet subscription and get an HD combo decoder for free. Get yours now at all StarTimes dealer shops and enjoy the best.
All your reliable news. 3 News. News at your fingertips. Captivating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
Credible and breaking news. All at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. Activating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
Credible and breaking news. Activating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
Credible and breaking news. Captivating. Reliable.
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
Credible and breaking news. All at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never 3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. captivating, reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible, and breaking news. Captivating, reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible, and breaking news. Reliable,
President Mahama, who addressed a Deborah of chiefs and people of
credible, and breaking news. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips.
comprised of intensive basic science studies followed by clinical rotations in the United States. Xavier provides an affordable medical education.
Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips.
This is the second time that this has happened to people who live here. But for how long can they continue to endure flooding in these areas?
To make sure that Accra becomes the cleanest city.
Trials on idea and then, of course, attack on public officers. I have no idea as to what
we get it to you first. This is TV3 News.
A news anchor with style
and professionalism
must be someone you can trust, someone you can relate to,
someone you can bond with, and with real experience.
That is who we are.
That is who we are.
That's who we are. That's who we are.
Es encerrada en un mundo de cristal.
Venga para acá. Te ves guapísima.
¿Qué está haciendo?
No lo sé.
A young, beautiful, and wealthy woman falls for a hitman, but later realizes that the love of her life and her own family belong to one Mexican drug cartel.
Debo encontrar la salida. Él es el asesino de mi papá.
Miss Dynamite now shows from Tuesdays to Fridays only on TV3.
Now after this one, I can play. Why would lose? Why would gross? Why not get this out? Damn, who that there? Yeah, I should have moved out there. Alright. Come on, y'all share, you brought the best this out. Damn, who that there? Yeah, I should have moved out there. Come on, who that there? Who that there? Who that there?
3 Music, Mondays to Fridays at 4 p.m. right here on TV3. The business segment is brought to you by
Hello, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the business news. My name is Kwesi Asari. To begin with, the producer price inflation for May 2017 is 3.7%, down from 4.4% in April, representing a 0.7% decline. Now, according to Deputy Government Statistician in charge of operations, Anthony Amuzu, the decline is as a result of a base drift effect in the textiles industry and a decrease in prices of petroleum products.
The Producer Price Index (PPI) measures the average change over time in the prices received by domestic producers for the production of their goods and services. The Producer Price Index for the month of May stood at 3.7%, a 0.7% decline from 4.4% in April. The implication is that government revenue is likely to decrease from taxation as prices of commodities also fall. The month-on-month change rate between April and May was negative 0.04%.
There was a decrease in the manufacture of textiles from 4.6% in April 2017 to 2.1% in May 2017. And this one was as a result of a base drift effect. If you take the petroleum subsector, for example, there was a decrease from negative 1.2% in April 2017 to negative 4.5% in May 2017. And this was as a result of decreases in the prices of petroleum products.
Deputy Government Statistician in charge of operations, Anthony Amuzu, attributes the decline to a decrease in inflation in the subsectors.
The mining and quarrying subsector recorded the highest year-on-year producer inflation rate of 14.3%, followed by the manufacturing subsector with 2.1%. The utilities subsector recorded the lowest year-on-year producer inflation rate of 1.2%.
PPI measures prices at the producer level before they are passed along to consumers, thus influencing general consumer price levels or inflation.
In other news, the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Robert Jackson, warns government to take advantage of trade facilitation agreements to make Ghana the trade gateway of Africa. The ambassador made the call at the launch of the Cost of Trading in Ghana, a new study on the impact of trade-related fees and charges.
Ghana became the 95th country last year to ratify the Trade Facilitation Agreement. The agreement, which came into force in February this year, contains provisions for expediting the movement, release and clearance of goods. It also set out measures for effective cooperation between customs and other appropriate authorities on trade facilitation and customs compliance issues. Ghana undertook the study as part of its efforts to comply with benchmark guidelines outlined in the agreement.
When you add up 250 or 300 cities or even 125 cities, for each time someone imports or exports something, you're talking about a huge drain on revenue. That money could better be used to import additional goods, create additional trade, and grow the economy.
Ambassador Jackson said the implementation of the Trade Facilitation Agreement would foster increased economic growth in Ghana.
But it's all about making Ghana's port and airport more competitive. And we have been pushing very hard to facilitate trade from other countries to Ghana and from Ghana to other countries.
The Director of Trade Policy at the Ministry of Finance, Anthony Drasa, said the government will delve into the study and make the necessary changes.
There are transit fees. There's something custom charges. It could be nuisance, which you must think through, because now the Trade Facilitation Agreement says that we must not charge those things. So these are things government will take decisions on. Because if the whole world has agreed that if goods pass through your country, so like a good is going to Burkina Faso, which is landlocked, Mali, which is landlocked, and the Trade Facilitation Agreement says that don't charge your neighbor these fees, then Ghana must obey.
The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development estimates that implementing the TFA could reduce worldwide trade costs by as much as 17.5%, with the greatest benefits accruing to developing countries.
Well, that's all for the very latest in the world of business. Thanks for watching. My name is Papa Kwesi, and I'm going to hand over now to my best friend, Wendy Lai.
All right, Papa Kwesi, Asiedu-Dartey, St. Thomas,
as well,
Ed Prempe. Who do you
College,
think will
battling for the finals of the National Science Quiz? I think I'll give it to the Cape Coast schools. Which of them? Is that disco in there?
Which one are you going for?
I'll go for Cape Coast school. Yeah.
All right then. So as you can see right there in your shot, St. Thomas Aquinas, Asiedu-Dartey College and Prempe College are currently battling for the supremacy and bragging rights in the ongoing National Science and Maths Quiz. And the three competitors successfully triumphed over the schools throughout the contest to make it to the stage. And my colleague Solis Roscote is there, and she joins us live to give us updates on what exactly is happening in there. That's Kwabna Edujemfi instead. So over to you, Kwabna.
Negative 23 kilograms per second. Again. 5.28 times 10 raised to the power negative 23 kilograms per second.
atomic mass for carbon is 12.0, for hydrogen is 1.0. Yes, Wanda.
Madam, C5, H10.
You're right. Calculate the percentage hydrogen is non-linear and give your answer to one place of decimal.
So we're still here at the National, where the grand finale of the National Science and Maths Quiz is currently ongoing. We are currently, or we still have the three champions that are
15.7%.
Daniel.
15.6%.
That's
All right, so that was from the National Theatre, where the ongoing National Maths and Science Quiz is taking place. And you can feel the joy, excitement, pressure from in there. Yeah. What's your money on?
Asiedu-Dartey.
Yeah. Okay, so we wish them all the best, but it's now time for sports. Over to you.
Well, my name is Yao Fosulabi, and up next is sports. Welcome back to Midday Live. Time for sports now. And on to our first story. The Black Stars coach, Kwesi Appiah, has criticized the decision of the referee on the night to award a penalty to the Mexicans. The Ghana coach says the referee was Mexican and had no business refereeing a Ghana versus Mexico game. Appiah also accused the referee of using the F word on one of his players.
I was really shocked that, a game like this, they'll allow a Mexican to, be the center referee when we're playing against Mexico. I'm really surprised. I never knew about it until after the game that I heard that it's a Mexican American. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. If you're Mexican, you're Mexican. And on top of it, we all saw his behavior on the pitch. And the surprising thing, he used the F word against one of my players. And it's something that, modern days, we don't need such reactions, from a referee. I don't know who organized it, but under normal circumstances, we've got so many referees in America here, and I'm surprised that someone from Mexico should handle a Mexican game.
Well,
And Ghana's most beautiful season 10 winner has launched a breast cancer campaign to wage war against the deadly disease. The 2-year social intervention project will begin in an SHS tour in 6 second cycle schools in the Western region and forms part of activities of her foundation. Yaba also paid a courtesy call on former President John Ajegun Kofo.
Ghana's most beautiful queen, Yaba Nelly Gbagbo, visited the former president to seek counsel for her breast cancer project. The former president endorsed the project, pledging his full support to help her wage a successful campaign.
I'm impressed with your choice of project to impact the community, to fight breast cancer. Whatever we can do to support the cause of fighting the disease, I think we all have to join hands to do.
Yaba proceeded to launch her campaign which sought to break the stigmatization that breast cancer is a cursed disease. She reiterated the need to create more awareness and a robust system to manage the disease. The beauty queen also launched her foundation, the Kolieku Foundation, which means Woman of Substance, in Nzema. Deputy Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Gifty Chum Ampofo, reiterated government's commitment to fighting social issues, particularly breast cancer.
We believe in creating awareness of health issues of women, especially in the areas of breast cancer, which is one of the keys to their economic, social, and personal growth.
Yabes campaign tour will begin with a visit to second cycle schools in 6 communities in the western region. Communities earmarked include Hafasni, Axim, Inzolenzo, Asankregwa, Abuesi, and Enyinase. Women in these communities will be taken through screening and vocational training programs. She called on all stakeholders to come on board.
I call on individuals, stakeholders, governmental and non-governmental bodies to support this worthy cause because our women are the pillar of this nation.
The project, which begins 3 months ahead of the Breast Cancer Month, which falls on October every year, seeks to promote good health with a pledge to promoting gender equality.
Kudos to her and we wish her well. Now, gospel musician Joyce Blessing has become the first gospel act to be signed by Xylophone Media in the country. The 4-year contracts, that's a record deal, include goodwill money for her, a Hyundai Sonata car, accommodation, and an additional refresher course for her.
The fast-rising media management firm Xylophone Media also signed upcoming rapper Obibini with hopes of giving him the maximum exposure his talent needed. The public relations head Samuel Barr said that the artists were expected to produce 4 albums, each within the period. He stated that Xylophone Media aims at becoming the most reliable music business team in the country. Hence the need to sign the likes of Stoneboy, Becca, Kumi Guitar, who are unique in their genres. The newly signed artist, Obibini, said he hoped that this new deal will give him the chance to hit the international market.
I took a couple of things into consideration, when it comes to distribution, production, marketing. I just saw Xylophone to be the perfect hub to do that, so I just felt like this is it.
The Midday composer revealed she believes in the brand of Xylophone Media, as she is positive about her working relationship with them.
The anointing is going to be still the same and it's going to be higher. The impartation is always and it's already there. So everything continues. Just like say you have the talent, and when you be a wow na or what wings or which do I fly.
Well, that's all for